to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Biden marks his final UN speech with optimism and calls for action. Joe Biden offers full support to Yunus-led interim government of Bangladesh. Gunfire damages Harris campaign office ahead of Arizona visit. Vice President Harris urges filibuster change to ensure reproductive freedom. Nebraska governor decides against a special session for electoral college change. Son of suspect in Trump assassination attempt arrested on child sex abuse charges. Luis Albino, kidnapped as a child, discovered alive after 73 years. UN General Assembly, UN chief condemns get out of jail free card on wars. Taiwan accuses China of conducting millions of daily cyber attacks. Sri Lanka's new leftist president appoints cabinet ahead of election. Lionel Messi plans to retire at Newell's Old Boys after MLS contract ends. And Ben Stokes open to returning to England's limited overs team. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Joe Biden delivered his final speech at the United Nations General Assembly, marking the end of his decades-long political career focused on foreign policy. He spoke of the remarkable sweep of history he has witnessed over his 50 years in public service and expressed hope amid ongoing conflicts in the Middle East and Ukraine. Biden stated, even from the horrors of war, there is a way forward, encouraging leaders to prioritize the people they represent. He announced his decision to step aside from the re-election race, emphasizing the need for a new generation of leadership. Addressing the situation in the Middle East, Biden mentioned that a ceasefire and hostage negotiations are near, yet progress remains stalled. He condemned the violence, particularly after a deadly attack on Israel and ongoing hostilities with Hezbollah. Additionally, Biden highlighted his commitment to supporting Ukraine against Russia, declaring that Putin has failed in his objectives. He asserted that the choices made today will shape the world for decades, urging unity and action against global challenges. Biden's busy week included meetings with Indo-Pacific leaders and plans to meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky later this week. President Joe Biden extended his full support to Professor Muhammad Yunus and the interim government of Bangladesh during a meeting with the Bangladesh chief advisor at the UN General Assembly in New York. President Biden acknowledged the significance of U.S. support during this transitional period for Bangladesh, stating it's good news that the U.S. stands beside Bangladesh. Professor Yunus shared stories of students who bravely protested against the previous government, emphasizing their sacrifices for a better future. Yunus stressed the importance of rebuilding the country with U.S. cooperation. President Biden responded by urging that the sacrifices made by students should inspire further action. During their discussion, Yunus presented Biden with a book titled The Art of Triumph, featuring wall paintings created by students during the revolution. As Bangladesh and the U.S. work on issues like labor reforms and the Rohingya crisis, this meeting symbolizes a strong partnership. Looking ahead, both nations aim to strengthen ties and promote inclusive growth in Bangladesh, with the U.S. ready to support future efforts for progress and stability. Police in Tempe, Arizona investigated damage caused by gunfire at a campaign office for Vice President Kamala Harris. The incident occurred overnight on September 23, just days before Harris is scheduled to visit Arizona for her presidential campaign. The Tempe Police Department confirmed that they discovered what appeared to be bullet damage at the Democratic National Committee office. This office is shared by the Arizona Democratic Party and various campaigns aiming to boost voter turnout in the upcoming November elections. Sean McInerney, the state Democratic Party's coordinated campaign manager, stated that multiple shots were fired into the office, but fortunately no one was present and no injuries were reported. Harris is set to return to Arizona on Friday, marking her first visit since a rally in Glendale on August 9, where she discussed immigration policies. During her upcoming trip, there are reports she may visit the border. Tempe, a college town and home to Arizona State University, is crucial for democratic efforts, particularly as students could play a key role in the election outcome. Kamala Harris called for an end to the Senate filibuster to fulfill her commitment to restore abortion rights through legislation. During a recent radio interview in Wisconsin, the vice president emphasized that removing the filibuster, which requires 60 votes to pass legislation in the Senate, was essential to codify the protections previously established by Roe v. Wade. Harris stated, "We should eliminate the filibuster for Roe, aiming for a simple majority of 51 votes to protect reproductive freedom." This announcement came as she campaigned in a crucial swing state where recent polls showed her narrowly leading Donald Trump. However, her stance alienated West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, who criticized her decision, arguing that the filibuster promotes bipartisan cooperation. Trump, facing scrutiny over abortion rights due to the Supreme Court's 2022 ruling, claimed he would protect women's rights but insisted states should decide on abortion laws. Harris's comments echoed President Biden's earlier remarks, highlighting a growing Democratic push to modify the filibuster in favor of voting rights and reproductive health protections. The filibuster has long been a tool for delaying legislative action with a history that dates back decades. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Nebraska's Republican Governor Jim Pillen announced he would not call a special session to change the state's electoral college voting system before the upcoming November election. This decision is a setback for former President Donald Trump, who would have benefited from a winner-take-all approach. In a statement, Pillen revealed that he had worked hard to secure a filibuster-proof majority of 33 votes to pass the winner-take-all plan. However, he was unable to convince enough state senators. State Senator Mike McDonnell, a Democrat turned Republican from Omaha, declared his opposition to the change earlier this week, which meant Republicans were unlikely to gain the necessary support. Pillen expressed disappointment over McDonnell's decision, stating, "Right now, 43 days from Election Day, is not the moment to make this change." Nebraska currently awards 3 of its 5 electoral votes based on the winner in each congressional district, while the remaining 2 go to the statewide winner. Republicans aimed for a change that would have denied Vice President Kamala Harris an electoral vote from Nebraska's competitive 2nd District. The FBI arrested Aaron Alexander Ruth, the son of Ron Weasley Ruth, who was suspected of attempting to assassinate former President Donald Trump at his Florida golf course earlier this month. The younger Ruth was arrested after authorities searched his home in Greensboro, North Carolina, and found hundreds of files containing child sexual abuse images. As part of the investigation, authorities seized multiple electronic devices, including videos sent to Aaron Ruth in July and chats from a messaging app commonly used by individuals who share child sexual abuse material. The FBI charged Aaron Ruth with 2 counts of possessing and receiving child sexual abuse material. Aaron Ruth, the father, is currently being held on federal gun charges related to the attempted assassination. Prosecutors have indicated that they will pursue additional charges against him, which could carry life imprisonment if convicted. Police announced the remarkable discovery of Luis Albino, a boy kidnapped from a California park 73 years ago, who was found alive and well as a senior citizen. Albino was just 6 years old when he was taken from Jefferson Park Playground in Oakland on February 2, 1951 by an unknown woman. The case went cold for decades. Earlier this year, Albino's niece conducted her own DNA research and discovered a match with someone believed to be her uncle. The Oakland police, working with the FBI, interviewed Albino at his home on the East Coast and confirmed his identity through DNA matching with his surviving siblings in California. The FBI and California authorities arranged for a reunion between Albino and his family, marking an emotional moment after over 70 years apart. Sadly, Albino's 92-year-old mother passed away in 2005, never knowing what happened to her son. He was able to spend time with his brother Roger, who was present at the park on the day of the kidnapping but died in August. Albino's niece expressed happiness in providing closure for their family. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres criticized the increasing number of governments and groups that feel entitled to act with impunity in conflicts like those in Ukraine, Gaza, and Sudan. Speaking at the UN General Assembly, Guterres stated that these entities can trample international law and violate the United Nations Charter, yet face no consequences for their actions. Guterres warned that the ongoing Israeli offensive in Gaza could extend to Lebanon, urging that Lebanon must not become another Gaza. He highlighted the escalating violence in Ukraine since Russia's invasion in February 2022, noting the rising civilian death tolls and the devastation of communities. Addressing the war in Sudan, Guterres called attention to the brutal conflict between the Sudanese army and paramilitary forces, which erupted in April 2023, leading to a humanitarian crisis. He stated that external powers were interfering without a unified approach to achieving peace. Guterres characterized the current global situation as unsustainable and emphasized the urgent need for a just resolution based on international law and UN resolutions. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Taiwan's defense minister accused China on Tuesday of being the number one country conducting daily cyber attacks against Taiwan, a self-ruled island that China claims as its territory. He denied any allegations that Taiwanese hackers were targeting Beijing, emphasizing that the accusations were unfounded. Taiwanese authorities reported that their government agencies faced an estimated 5 million cyber attacks every day. Major tech companies, including Microsoft, have linked these cyber threats to tactics used by Chinese state-sponsored groups. The minister highlighted the seriousness of the situation, stating that the attacks disrupt the daily operations of Taiwan's government and infrastructure. As tensions between China and Taiwan continue to rise, cybersecurity has become a critical issue for the Taiwanese government. Moving forward, Taiwan plans to enhance its cybersecurity measures to counter these ongoing threats from China. The situation reflects the broader geopolitical struggles in the region as Taiwan remains vigilant against cyber intrusions and seeks international support in defending its digital sovereignty. Sri Lanka's new leftist president appointed his cabinet on Tuesday as he prepared for a lightly snap parliamentary election. Dissanayake, a self-declared Marxist from the People's Liberation Front, took office on Monday after winning the presidency in a landslide during the weekend polls. His party, once marginal, currently holds only 3 seats in Sri Lanka's 225-member parliament. Support for the 55-year-old president grew significantly after the country's economic crisis in 2022, which left millions of Sri Lankans struggling. The unpopular implementation of the International Monetary Fund bailout program fueled his rise. In his cabinet announcement, Dissanayake named lawmaker Harini Amarasuriya as the prime minister. She will also oversee justice, education, health, and labor. Amarasuriya, who has served in parliament for 4 years, is recognized for her work on gender equality and minority rights. As the new administration moves forward, many are watching how it will address the ongoing economic challenges and its approach to the IMF bailout negotiations. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Argentine football legend Lionel Messi recently revealed his intention to retire at Newell's Old Boys, not at Inter Miami. According to reports from Spanish media, Messi, who played for Newell's as a young boy from 1995 to 2000, plans to finish his contract with Inter Miami, which runs until December 2025. After that, he is expected to return to his hometown club on a free transfer in January 2026. In previous interviews, Messi expressed his desire to join Newell's again, stating, "If I go back to Argentina tomorrow, the club I would play for would be Newell's." Since joining Inter Miami as a free agent from Paris Saint-Germain, the 37-year-old star has made a significant impact, scoring 27 goals and providing 17 assists in 32 matches. His leadership helped Inter secure the 2023 Leagues Cup and reach the MLS playoffs this season. Messi has also captained the team in several matches, solidifying his role as a key player for the club. Test captain Ben Stokes expressed his willingness to return to England's limited overs cricket after briefly coming out of retirement to participate in England's unsuccessful title defense at the 50-over World Cup in India last year. Stokes opted out of the recent T20 World Cup in the Caribbean and the United States due to knee surgery. Despite facing more injuries this season, Stokes showed interest in resuming his limited overs career, where he has previously made game-changing contributions in the finals of the 2019 and 2022 World Cups. During an interview with Sky Sports, he mentioned the exciting new talent emerging in the white ball team, particularly praising Jacob Bethel as a potential superstar. Stokes has played 114 one-day internationals and 43 T20 matches for England. He stated that if he received a call to return, he would be eager to accept. However, he also noted he wouldn't feel disappointed if he wasn't selected, acknowledging that it would mean others were performing well. As Stokes prepares for a scan on Wednesday regarding his recovery, he is focused on returning to full fitness for England's upcoming Test series against Pakistan starting on October 7. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,506.55. The NYSE Composite is increased by 61.12 points or 0.31%. Tokyo stock close price is 37,940.59. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 216.68 points or 0.57%. Shanghai stock close price is 2,863.13. The Shanghai index is increased by 114.21 points or 4.15%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,000.56. The Hang Seng index is increased by 753.45 points or 4.13%. Bombay stock close price is 84,914.04. The Sensex index is decreased by 14.57 points or 0.02%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden marks his final UN speech with optimism and calls for action. Joe Biden offers full support to Yunus-led interim government of Bangladesh. Gunfire damages Harris campaign office ahead of Arizona visit. Vice President Harris urges filibuster change to ensure reproductive freedom. Nebraska governor decides against a special session for electoral college change. Son of suspect in Trump assassination attempt arrested on child sex abuse charges. Luis Albino, kidnapped as a child, discovered alive after 73 years. UN General Assembly, UN chief condemns get out of jail free card on wars. Taiwan accuses China of conducting millions of daily cyber attacks. Sri Lanka's new leftist president appoints cabinet ahead of election. Lionel Messi plans to retire at Newell's Old Boys after MLS contract ends. And Ben Stokes open to returning to England's limited overs team. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel, and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV. And also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jalu TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jagu BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.